Alright, if you didn't see the first video, I'll tell you what's going on. I had a short video of using fire to change the surface on a like gray plastic bumper or black surface. And a couple of comments was like, that don't work, that don't last long, you need to get this and that and the other, try this. I was like, my God, let's figure this out. So I went out and bought several different ones. I'm sure there's more of them. I'll kind of tell you. But the last video, I just put them on, seen how they work. You know, I seen how they went on the bumper, went on black. I tried an old bumper, I tried a newer bumper, just several different options. And I could care less who wins. I was just curious and wanted to know. We need to know. So went and bought, let's see, Mother's Back to Black aerosol, Mother's Back to Black in liquid form. And then this is actually what I prefer if I'm not using the fire, flame, heat, whatever you want to call it. And I've just got it in an old tire shine bottle. I like it. And then they actually make the same thing in an aerosol can. Seen this at O'Reilly's, grabbed it. I don't remember prices on them, but this was on Walmart aisle, Turtle Wax trimmer store. It was actually on clearance. And then this was the one I think most comments was Meguiar's Ultimate Back Black. It's that one. And then for whatever reason I used a heat gun, same as fire. But last video I went through, showed applying them, and then I was going to sit them out in the sun, weather, just for extended period of time. And then I was actually going to put them on a vehicle of mine and go through the trouble, see, you know, which one lasts longer, that kind of deal. So they're outside. I haven't touched them since the last video. Ironically, we don't even usually get snow here in Tennessee, but as soon as I laid them out there, we got like 7-8 inches of snow. So we got that element. It's rained twice, and obviously it's sun, wind, blew, stuff like that. So let's go check them out. I've kind of peeked at them, and surprising. I meant what I said. That's what I could care less which one's better. I don't know. I have an opportunity to check them, and when we get done, everybody will know. Even I don't know. Maybe I was using the wrong product all along. So here they are. I got a ZJ bumper, 2 WJ bumpers, which I'm actually going to mount on mine. Then I've got some random pieces. So maybe a little hard to tell. Let's see. We'll just start with a ZJ. The whole purpose of the video was I've used fire and I've had great success, but people was kind of roasting me for using it. Not even gonna say nothing, but I just want to know. So this was a ZJ bumper. The light may change, the sun's trying to go down, but this was the fire. You know, I didn't just overly do it because I'm gonna throw this bumper in the trash when it's done, but that one, for my opinion, looks as good as it did the day one. 2 was the aerosol Mother's Back to Black. You can see it's already fading. Then 3 was the liquid form, about the same as that. Then I'm trying to remember, 4 would have been the squirt bottle of coverall. I mean, I can still feel it on there. And that's the aerosol. So both of them pretty good. I would say they're better than them 2. But, and then I did another fire one just to prove a point. There it is again. Number 6 is completely gone. Whatever it was, stoner, I hate to say it, but on bumper, no good. 7 was the Turtle Wax, I believe. From the get-go, I actually liked it, and it's still on there pretty strong. I can feel it good. Probably could have done a better job applying it. And then this was Meguiar's. It's still on there. It's kind of inconsistent. And then that was the heat gun there. Still looks same as it did. Again, the video was just to see if the fire outlasted everything else. And so far, kind of look at both of these together. Yeah. Fire. This bumper is about trash, but I just wanted to do it. Number 2 on this one is pretty much gone. And then number 2 on that one is working its way away. 3 was a liquid form. It's actually doing quite a bit better. Everything did better on the good bumper. And let's see, 4 on this one. That was a coverall. It's actually not doing nothing at all. And where did I do 4 on this one? Right there. Kind of hard to tell. I don't know. Kind of washed away, I reckon. And 5 up here was a coverall. It's gone. Kind of iffy. I think it's gone on that one too. The fire looks as good as it did the day one. And there's fire again. You know, you can do as good as you want with a fire. I was just trying to blow through it. 6 is, no, it's gone. And again, Turtle Wax, Turtle Wax did pretty good on the good bumper. Not so good up there. Meguiar's, that's horrible. Not too bad on that one. And then heat, same principle. So the fire looks as good as it did the day one. I've got these other panels. I'm not going to bore you to death on them. I'm going to screw them to the roof racks. That really needs cleaned up. Kind of hard to see out here. Honestly, don't seem like nothing did good on the black one. Yeah, I really don't think any of them except the heat is still on there. Kind of hard to tell on the heat gun, but well, when we get the tape off, we'll get it inside, check it out. So I'm gonna get these inside, and I'm actually gonna mount them on my Jeep and then screw them to the roof of the junky thing. And the ZJ bumper is just gonna hang out here and stay in the sun. So let's go in the shop, see if there's any light difference in there. And if somebody wants to say something, they're sitting right here. That's the reason I did the fire in the middle, because I figured somebody would have something to say about sunlight. If you see, the sun is going down towards the southwest, but it comes and goes across and comes up in the southeast. So pretty fair comparison on the sunlight. Meant to add, if you watched the first video, I could have finished it in the first video, but I didn't want to feel rushed to not be, I guess in depth would be the word on the results. So I want to make sure we follow this one through. So if you didn't see the first video, this is my daily driver. It's just a piece of junk, but it gets the job done. I was going to change the back bumper, but the way these do the trailer hitches, I don't feel like cutting all that out. So I'm just going to leave this one on here. So that'll have nothing to do with the video. And then we'll just continue to leave that one out in the sun because it's not doing well at all. That is the one thing I've learned from this test. If your stuff is like severely faded, it's probably just done. Like, I didn't even bring the other piece in that's like really, really dry faded because there's just no hope in it. Got it in. Like I said, this bumper's not bad, and I want to use this one because that Jeep I'm going to try to put fog lights in just for a video's sake. We'll look at those in a second. And like, well, I can spin this one around here in a second, but once it gets this chalky, well, heck, the burn actually did good. Let me see, where's the other burn? I don't know, maybe there is hope. Let me turn this one around. Man, I felt like I was about to give you some false information. This bumper, I don't know how different the light is on camera, but this bumper is in pretty bad shape. And about got these memorized. That's fire. That's back to black. You can see it give up. The aerosol, I believe. That's the paste. I mean, it's better than it was, but it's not even worth your time. And believe it or not, my favorite's the coveralls. That will be number 4. That's number 5. I mean, literally, I mean, you could probably tell at the bottom, but on something this crappy, that's not very good. And once again, the burn right there, that looks, my gosh, that looks better than the good one. So that would definitely take some time, but I mean, just look how much better that looks. And I tried to do a little bit up there. It just takes some perfection. See, 6 was that's absolutely just, don't buy that stuff. And where is 7? There's 7. I mean, it tried. That's the Turtle Wax. I can still feel it right there. So, I mean, it did okay, just not perfect. Then that's Meguiar's. I mean, if you sit here and kept on and on and on, feel like you might do okay. Then there's the heat gun. So I'm gonna keep reminding you, the whole reason of this video is because the dude, or whoever the people was, that said the fire don't work. Feel like I've got it all on video. I mean, I don't know what else to say. This one, we'll get it on the Jeep and kind of do a final inspection on it. And then these, as far as back to black, I did find out that it was bleeding under. And honestly, I mean, the burn, if you can get it perfected, gives like a nice shiny coat. But other than that, they really, besides the number 5, or is that 6? 6, the stoner stuff, that's just a no good. But other than that, they honestly look the same. This got a little dirty, but again, you can see the heat, if you got time, does the better job. Them, there's honestly not enough difference at the moment for me to sit here and explain, other than that one again does not do good, but that plastic was in pretty good shape. So I'm gonna get this bumper stuck up there. It turns out my Jeep don't have a roof rack. I may go get a roof rack, or I may just duct tape them up there, not sure. But I want them to be out in the sun, wind, rain, just trying to weather. Again, I feel like that's the answer we're looking for right there. Bottom one, compared to everything else. Even on this one, get it in the light. That looks brand new compared to the rest of them. There ain't much light here, but you can tell, brand new. This is most definitely Dexter style. They actually wedged themselves in between there really good, but I went ahead and put a zip tie under there. So that should give us really good results up there. Once again, I'm gonna brag, that's the fire, flame, whatever we're calling a heat. You just keep going around, nothing really catches your eye except the one I repeated, fire. And then turtle wax on that one. Meguiar's did pretty good right here, but it's, I don't know, it's not bad. So at this point, we'll see how long they seem to last in the actual driving conditions. Sure y'all see my cold air intake right there. But everything from this point forward probably be off my phone. I don't think it'll matter on y'all's end, but just see which one lasts longer. So I'm running out of daylight, if you can see. So I might be just a little fast, but I got the other Jeep, I'm gonna get it in the shop where we got daylight. This bumper and that bumper keep falling over. But you can see Meguiar's, I've got these memorized, I know y'all probably don't, but heat gun, Meguiar's, and then that is turtle wax, stuff that's on sale. And other than that, that Stoner stuff, that's horrible. The other two only, well, coverall, mothers and mothers. The only reason they're still good because this bumper fell over on the ground. It's so hard to tell on them. I might take this piece inside. If your bumper is shot, your bumper is shot. I hate to say it, but that's just the truth. If you was careful with heat, you can make it look better. But let's go back to this one. This is my crappy bumper. Again, I didn't do a terrific job, but that has not changed at all. I think that was an aerosol can. It's hanging in there. That's the rub-on mothers, and that's mothers. It's doing okay. And then my coverall, that was my preferred brand. It's not doing nothing at all. Heat, flame, I mean, that looks as good as the day I did it. So that's the results we're after. And again, this fell over on the ground, but that's turtle wax. It is hanging in there. Meguiar's seems to be hanging in there. And then that's the heat gun. So I was expecting this test to take like months, and this is a month and like 4 days, I believe. So not the longevity I was expecting, but everything's just been sitting in the element. Haven't actually cleaned anything. So I'm gonna get this Jeep in here. Well, we'll go see it in some natural light. I still got the panels up there. I haven't even looked at them. They're just zip tied up there. All I've did just daily drove it. I think a total of 3 or 4 rain showers, maybe 1 snowstorm, which I really know how that affects it. But that's where I want to go. I want to get in and actually try to wash the chemicals off. I haven't tried. They say they're good for like 60 washes. If you're not surviving up to rain, you're not, we'll see. Again, this is a heat gun. That is Meguiar's. It's trying to do pretty good. I don't think I actually rubbed it up there. Turtle wax, it's still there. The Stoner stuff, again, it's terrible. Heat looks as good as the day I did it. Coverall is gone. Just a little bit of reminiscence of the paste of Mother's. Aerosol's gone. Heat, again, looks just as good as it should. So let me get this Jeep pulled in and we'll see if we can actually wash them off there. I know you can't wash the heat off, but I'm gonna try to make everybody happy. Got it in the shop. I'm gonna cut these zip ties and check out these panels up here, and we'll start working on the bumper up there. Luckily, I had such a nice Jeep to make all this happen with. I was honestly getting tired of listening to this duct tape, and it's about gone. I feel like it's pretty all gone. Alright, let me get this duct tape cleaned off. Well, let me just show you. Duct tape's about blowed off there. I don't know if I'll get this full tape off. And then we'll kind of inspect these, and well, right there's your results. Them two's okay. Let me get this off there. So I think this is the worser of the 2 panels. And again, you can tell that's the flame. Looks as good as the day I started. I think that was the aerosol. It's pretty much gone. It's weird how some of it like bled under, but you can see that's where I let off. So anyways, that's pretty much back to the way it started. This is a little better. That was the paste. I think I can, yeah, I can actually still feel it. Both my coveralls, they let me down. Stoners, pretty much garbage. Turtle Wax, I mean, that's actually hanging in there pretty good. So it and the Meguiar's with no washing, that's pretty good. And then Heat Gun, same as you'd expect on the Flame. Try this one. That full tape's a pain. I'm not peeling it out there. So again, Heat looks as good as day one, and it's kind of hard to even tell on this one because, to be completely honest, this one looked good from the get-go. Like, that's the number 6. The Stoners, then, I mean, it looks wonderful anyway. But Turtle Wax and the Meguiar's did put a little better shine on it. Pretty much what I said. If you've got good stuff in the first place, my opinion, all of them seem to work, but the longevity, that kind of depends on how good your plastic is. So now the big question. It's not very good light on this side, but we care less. I don't see how it's physically possible to wash the Flame resurface off. So I'll try it right here, but like I said, I don't think it's even physically possible. So I'm fixing to just do, like, I don't know, a few washes and see what happens with that. And then that'll be the conclusion. Alright, this is the first wash. I washed it just like I would a normal vehicle. I didn't try to scrub any certain particular areas. Check it out. I got a little light. Well, obviously y'all can see light. But fire looks exactly the same. 2's gone, 3 hanging in there, but I wouldn't really call it a contender. That looks beautiful. That's the fire. That sucks. Turtle Wax is hanging in there. And Meguiar's is still about the same. I don't think we've done 60 of them yet. There's Heat Gun, same thing. So I'm gonna give it one more good, really scrub in, see what happens after that. Alright, let's come to a conclusion on this. After another heavy wash, you can see again the Flame fire that looks as good as the day it started. I may clip in a scene from where we did it. Aerosol, I got my numbers back out. I'll get over there in a second. Aerosol is gone, non-existent. The paste is still hanging on. And then both the coveralls, they checked out. Again, every time I walk by this, I was like, man, that just looks really good. Fire, again, 6, don't buy that for plastic, or this kind of plastic. The Turtle Wax, I'm okay with it. I don't know what the original cost was, but it was on clearance. Yes, I do. Hold on. Gotta love Walmart. Well, $7.88, so not a huge drop, but I think that's all relatively within a few dollars except for the propane torch. And again, Meguiar's seems to be doing a really good job, and I'm actually curious if you kept on applying that, if it would hang on really good, because I think that was 1, possibly 2 coats. Who knows? And Heat Gun, same thing. Looks good. I appreciate y'all watching this. That's not the end of the video. Don't go nowhere. But I'm not going to sit here and wash this thing 60 times. But if you do follow me along, I'm sure 6 months from now I'll post a short video of where we're at on this. It takes a long time to make this stuff. So that is the order of them. And let me reorganize them and what I would buy. Reorganize them in the order that I would buy them, disregarding cost, just the effectiveness. This stuff, Stoner Trim Shine, it may have its place somewhere else, but as far as the gray plastic for the Jeep, no. The black plastic, I never drug it in here, but I'll be honest, I couldn't tell a difference in any of them. The heat worked good. I'm going to drag it in after this scene, and if there's something, I'll throw it towards the end of the video, but honestly, I couldn't tell a difference. This stuff, again, quick, effective, just don't last long. Same thing for this stuff. Try this on the interior where it's not so harsh. This stuff's pretty good on the interior. This was just a liquid form of that. Held on just a little bit longer. Still like it, but I do admit some of this other stuff, this stuff did do just a little better. Just takes a long time to sit there and rub it on. So Time's a factor, I'll get to that, but again, Turtle Trim Wax Restore. It wasn't that bad. It was a hard medium finish, I will say that. And then probably for the money, this was probably one of the best rub-on products. And like I said, I'm curious. I'm gonna go back and reapply it. Probably a few different ways since we're trying to test longevity. But I will say, for the money, and if you have time, I think a heat gun, maybe a hair dryer. I've never tried a hair dryer. That little torch is cheap, but I know some people probably don't have access to it yet. Test actually takes a whole lot of effort, and usually I sell my stuff after I'm done on my website, and I don't see that's possible unless y'all comment. I'll throw it up there. But as far as but check out the website. I'll put the name up there. I got hats, shirts and stuff, and all the profit goes right back into what I do. I don't use it for my life. It's nothing to do with me. It's just a way to make money to do stuff like this, which this wasn't very expensive, but my gosh, it took forever, a lot of time and effort. So y'all know what to do. This ain't your first video to watch, so I appreciate you watching. I hope this helps somebody. I learned myself from this, to be completely honest, so I enjoy doing these. They take a lot more effort than you realize. Have a good day. So the results were basically the same as the bumper.